Students, the engineering teacher again, John Brazil. We're going to have a look today at a circuit using transistors. We're going to be building a truth table. So let's have a look at this circuit. Okay guys, so this is the circuit that we're going to be building. In fact, first, this is the transistor that we will use. It's the bc547. This is its layout. So you have the real component here. It has a face and the back of it. So where the face is, you have your collector, base and emitter in this order. Okay, the base is what activates the passage of current from the collector to the emitter. So this is like a switch gate. Now we're going to build this circuit and we're going to figure out a truth table. So it's an OR gate circuit where you have two transistors facing each other, where you have collectors in parallel and emitters in parallel, and you have two different bases. So how do we use the breadboard? So the breadboard has these lines. 5 lines across are connected together, so it's in parallel. Then each line, as it's numbered, is a different set of combinations. On the side you have 5 bars that you can connect your positives and negatives, and this is exactly what we'll be doing. So I already placed the transistors here in parallel, and the resistors, which is shown here, are connected to the base, and you have a final resistor connected to the ground. So when you go and do this experiment, you're going to have to do the same configuration where you're going to have a resistor coming out of the emitter, that one, and you're also going to have a resistor coming out of your base, which is the middle pin. Connected the wire to the bases, the brown wires, so that makes it easy for you to understand. There are these 2 wires, A and B. And for the negative, which is the ground, I've connected the green wire. Now, you're going to connect a 5-volt source. You're going to connect the green with the ground. And at the same time, with your 10 voltage supply, you're also going to connect it to ground. So you link it together. Once you've done that, your 5-volt is going to be the pulse that you're going to use with your input for your base, and your 15 volts, you're going to put that in your collector, which is the first pin. So finally, the circuit has now been fully connected. First pin receives 15 volts. Middle pin, they're separate from the first A and B, and these are your inputs for A and B. The negatives have been grounded together from the collector, and this is where you're going to get your output reading between the collector and the grounding. So now let's connect the multimeter to the wires. So you're going to connect obviously your ground first, and connect your positive just before the resistor on your output collector. Once you've done that, now you can begin your testing. So you're going to put your multimeter on the scale of up to 20 volts, because your maximum here is 15, 12. And now, using your signal, your 5 volts, you're just going to put your input signals, and you'll see that it turns on. So because it's a truth table, we're doing A, it gives you an output. B, when you connect it, it also gives you an output. And if you connect it both together, they will also give you an output of 1. And that's how you're going to fill your truth table. So when input A and B are 0, output 0. When either of them have an input, it's going to be 1 output. When both of them are on, is also going to be an output. Alright, thank you everyone. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe.